Hello guys, and welcome to episode 7 of Construction Rocks. Now if you remember on the last episode, I made those walls for my doghouse. Well, today on Construction Rocks, I plan to put those walls on the floor and attach them to each other. Don't my dogs look excited? So while I do that, I will show you some tips that you need to know while erecting walls. Now before we go raising walls, let me explain the two different types of walls that I'm using. So for these side walls right here, they are called load-bearing exterior walls because not only are they the outside walls, but they support most of the weight because the rafters are resting on them like this. So all that weight is going to go down to these side walls right here. Now this wall right here and that wall in front of me, those are called non-load bearing exterior walls because the rafters are not resting on them. So that means not all of the weight is going to be on these walls. So for the rest of the video, I will show you the 4 main steps that you have to do in order to successfully raise the walls. So here's a little narration with a little work too. Now, before you raise a wall, you need to make sure that it is square, right? So one way is to use Mr. Speed Square for a rough idea of how square the wall is. But the most accurate way is to use the Pythagorean theorem to find out the real diagonal length of the wall, just like in episode 3. So after you find out the length from your calculations, measure both diagonals and see if it's the calculated length. If not, add a diagonal brace to straighten it out. So after squaring the walls, go ahead and raise them up to where they need to go. Then you can either nail or screw them onto the floor. In the case of a concrete floor, you would use a ramset nail gun that can shoot nails into concrete. There is a certain pattern to nailing walls to the floor, depending on the type of wall. So for load-bearing walls, you would nail between each stud in a zigzag pattern. For non-load-bearing walls, keep the zigzag pattern, but do it every other space between the studs, because it doesn't need as much nails since it's not holding a lot of weight to it, and plus it saves nails. Now, important thing though, do not nail the plate in the space where the door will be, since this space will be cut away later. Now I'm going to have a door in the back of my doghouse, so that I can periodically clean it out, so we won't need a plate here. Now, of course, you would set one wall at a time, so it would make sense to brace the first wall while getting the other walls. So after nailing the first wall, take your level each side of the wall, and add 2 braces to keep it perfectly straight. Just remove it after nailing all the walls together. Now, remember back in episode 6 when I talked about overlapping plates? This is what I was talking about. This connects walls very well and remains strong for a very long time after plywood has been added to the walls. Along with overlaps, you can screw the lengthwise down a wall with that 90-degree turned stud, as I'm showing you right now. Wow. Okay, are you still there? Okay, that's good. Now, before we go, I need to make my porch frame for my doghouse. So, let me do that quickly for you. Back to work. Yeah, the dogs wanted a touch of class, as you can see. Come on, dogs. Well, another day's work done. Well, I hope you now have an idea what my doghouse will look like. Doggies. Meet my dogs. Yeah, Tinky too. Hey, Tinky. Hey, Gunner. Oh, hi, Gunner. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for watching episode 7 of Construction Rocks. And watch out for my next episode where we will be putting up rafters on this doghouse. So till we meet again, grasshoppers. That's your cue. Oops.